Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lou or Lutifah and welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be filming my February roundup. So just everything I bought in February, if there's any updated thoughts on things that I've tried now that we're in March, and yeah, let's go. So in February, I bought quite a few things. Most of them are actually from ColourPop, and that's because ColourPop had 30% off. So I thought this is my opportunity. I've been wanting to buy from them for a while, but I haven't done so just because for how cheap the palettes are. So let's say a palette's £14 or £12. By the time they add taxes and delivery, it's just not worth purchasing that one palette. But with 30% off, I was like, right, well, I want about 10, so let's get them, which is exactly what I did. So let's start with them. The first palettes I bought, I'll start with the larger ones, and I'm going to start with things that I haven't used. And actually, apart from the Wild Child palette, I've not actually used much of the ColourPop stuff at all. Literally just haven't got around to it. So we're going to start with the So Jaded palette. I have been wanting this palette for God knows how long, but just I was like, oh, the palette's already 30 quid, don't have to pay taxes on it. You know what though, they do free delivery if you spend over $60, but with the prices of these things, it doesn't add up unless you're buying loads. So yeah, that's the So Jaded palette. I've been wanting this for quite a while. It's such a nice palette. I like the diversity and range in colour and textures. I know not everybody's into pressed glitters, but oh, this is my first time trying the formula. What is it called? Super Shocks, that's the one. It's quite nice. Yeah, and I can't wait to get stuck into this palette. I think I might take it on. I'm going on a holiday in a week, so, well, tomorrow, but by the time you see it in a week. So I might take this with me, so we'll see. The next palette I got from ColourPop was the Stone Cold Fox. Now, I have only very recently started to take an interest in cooler tones, and I thought this would be a great way to try some more, but in a way that's not, and it's a cheap way of trying more, because as much as these are cooler tones, I just think they're a little bit workable because they're mauves and things like that. I think they're just a little bit more workable. So for me, it's a cheap way of doing cool tones. They're not as cool as some palettes I have seen, so that was the reason I wanted to try this. Likewise, I actually got the Bare Necessities palette. She was like that, and I realized actually I thought I bought her thinking, oh, it would be great juxtaposition to have a warm tone against a cool tone, but actually she's I wouldn't call her warm. She's a bit more like an in-between. It's hard to explain because she's not warm. This palette is not warm, but it's actually not cool either. It's somewhere in between there. But I think together that could actually be a lot of fun for me to try and figure out how I can play with cooler tones. And yeah, I like the fact that the palette itself, considering it's got 35 shades, isn't massive. So I'm looking forward to playing with these in March. I've had them for about 4 weeks now. I haven't touched them yet, but only because there's been so many other new releases that I wanted to try and looks that I wanted to try. But this is the kind of thing, I don't know if I'm going to do it on camera. I'll probably just play with it on my own. Yeah, probably just play with it on my own, to be honest. Next, I have the California Love palette. And this one is warm. This is most definitely warm. This is a bit of me. This is, oh, look at her. This is definitely a bit of me. Look at that. That is warm. Yeah, I can't wait to play with this one. This is, yeah, you've got your fiery red, you've got your, yeah, just put my finger in it. You've got your fiery, like, orangey tones, you've got your actual orangey yellow tones, you've got gold, you've got, is this a pressed glitter? Yeah, it is no pressed glitter. You've got pressed glitter, you've got another Super Shock here. Yeah, so this is, I'm looking forward to playing with. This is just a bit of me. This I will have a lot of fun with in the run up to summer. So like when we hit spring, up to summer, even probably through summer, I think me and her will be besties. Next, I got the Menage palette, and she looks like this. And I know for my American viewers, and you guys are probably all used to all these ColourPop things, but for the Brits, it's almost new territory for us. I think we all know of the brand, but it's just not as accessible as we would have thought. It's becoming more accessible for sure. This is what the Menage looks like. So again, I always say these are my tones in terms of, I like pinks, I like purples. These are most definitely my tones. So I'm quite looking forward to trying that one. This one I'm gonna get stuck in very soon. It does have a Super Shock, and it's got 2 pressed glitters, and I quite like pressed glitters. I've said that. My opinion is neither here nor there. I think they look gorgeous on the eye, so my opinion is kind of neither here nor there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that. These are my tones, you know. I think they suit me. I really do think they suit me, and therefore I like them. Next we have the Boudoir Noir, which is this palette. As you can see, I hauled. I hauled, and I've got 6 more coming, but they were ordered in March, so they'll fall into the March one. They had like, I think they were doing all the 9 pans for like $9, something. Yeah, something like that. So I was like, let me get some more. So this is what the Boudoir Noir looks like on the inside. Now this is more like a greeny, I've got the window open. This is more like a greeny gold palette. You've got lots of, it reminds me, what's the word? It's very grungy, but not grungy. It's like a gold green kind of vibe going on. Actually, mixing my top. So you've got your golds, but they're all kind of green and olive leaning. So yes, an interesting palette. I'm not a massive fan of greens, but at the same time, I'm the kind of person, just because I'm not a massive fan of something doesn't mean I won't try it. Aesthetically, the whole thing looks gorgeous, and hence the reason I wanted to try it. Next, we have Grandeur. Now I already bought Ornate. I bought Ornate via eBay before I actually started buying directly from ColourPop. Again, that was just at Christmas, so that's what Grandeur looks like. And so I would have had that. So when I had the opportunity to get the other two, I was like, heck yes, you know. And it's like a fraction of the cost of what I paid for it on eBay. And that's not to say eBay was expensive. It's just cheaper to buy direct, especially if you're buying a few. So this is what the palette looks like. This green here, I'm not sure if you can see that, but hello, okay, yeah, I've started, now my hand's gonna get covered in pigment. But yeah, I am noticing there's a lot of, like, every single palette seems to have a pressed glitter in it. I'm not sure if it's because it was seasonal and that is the season for pressed glitters, but anyway. And then you've got a duochrome up here. I can't see if I don't think there's a super shock in here. But yeah, this palette is gorgeous. I can't wait to play with this green and this brown and this duochrome here. I'm gonna have me some fun. Next, we have the Baroque palette, which looks like this. Baroque. And again, this is probably the one that if I'm honest, I may not have bought it because it's really cool. Like, it's really cool. But yeah, so this is probably the one, had there not been like a set, had I not wanted to have all 3, this is the one I would have skipped. This duochrome here is gorgeous though. There we go. She's a little bit sheer, but she's beautiful. You can see. But yeah, these tones are very grey, very dark, this is very cool, very cool. So these are tones that I may have skipped. I might not have bought this palette on its own if it wasn't for the fact that I wanted all 3. This is probably the one that I would have been most likely to skip. Cool. So I think that's all my ColourPop palettes that I haven't tried yet done. Boom. Next we have some P. Louise. Now these are called the Love Tapes. I did buy these and I have got them in they were in my trying new things palette video, but I never actually opened them up. So this one is called they're all called Love Tapes. This one is called Date Night, and the inside of Date Night looks like this. Now this is like the first small form factor for P. Louise, and this is what she looks like. These are so nice, and the reason I like these shades is because it's the same thing with what I said before about the Boudoir Noir. I don't really do green tones, so this is a nice way of doing it in a way that I can be comfortable with, because you've got your hot shots, you can get that, hot shots of colour. So these are ways that I can make it workable. Plus, I like P. Louise, so there was no way in hell that I was skipping that one. The next one is Vacation. Now this is a bit of me, like, you know I love warm tones. And just to say, every single one of them has 8 shades and 6 of those are matte, and there are 2 shimmers inside them. That's quite a nice one as well. This is just a bit of me, like this shade here. Now, up to date, I love P. Louise matte. I've always loved P. Louise mattes. Their shimmers have always been a bit but actually, so far so good on that one. That looks gorgeous. Let me see on the back of my hand. Yeah, that's pigmented. That's gorgeous. Yeah, so far from what I've swatched, I'm gonna have a good time with this. And again, this is gonna be the kind of thing that goes from spring to summer. I might stop using it come winter, because in winter I like to get a bit more grungy. Autumn, winter. Actually, this probably could go to autumn as well, in fairness, yeah. Okay, next we have the last one, and I think it is Wedding Wish. And Wedding Wish looks like this. So again, a bit more cooler in tone, but I'm trying to experiment this year with a bit more cooler tones. These 3 shades, well, these 2, this shade here and this shade here are quite light, but I will use these to blow out the edges of the other 3 shades to soften the edges. So I'm quite, of the 3, I'm most looking forward to using the Vacation one, but after that it's Wedding Wish. I'm looking forward to using Wedding Wish. Okay, last of the palettes that I haven't, I have 3 more here that I, my bad. Okay, so I've got 2 more ColourPop palettes. I have Going Coconuts and I have That's Taupe. I knew there was more. It felt like there was more. And Going Coconuts, the reason I got it is because whenever I watch American YouTubers, they are always raving about this particular palette. And again, it's cool toned. There's no 2 ways about it. It is cool toned. Can you see that there? It's a cool tone palette. But again, I think it's a nice companion palette for the bare necessities. Let me see if I can open up this side. I think it'll be a great companion palette. I did, when I first got it, the first thing I did was check to see if there were many similarities. And like I said, yeah. Similarities, yeah, let me not lie, they definitely are. This is more the travel friendly version of this, but they're great companion palettes for each other as well. The thing is, you can't do 35 shades in a palette and not have some sort of overlap within the palette itself, unless it's extremely diverse in colour, like a rainbow palette. But yeah, this I'm also looking forward to playing with. And one thing I like about sometimes playing with smaller palettes is there's just more, it's easier to be creative. It's easier to find a look that you want to do more quickly. Sometimes with larger palettes, you can be there for a while trying to figure out what you want to do because there's just too much choice, in fairness. Right, next we have That's Taupe. And she looks like this in the packaging. But when you open her up, again, this is cool toned. And I did that very deliberately. I like the colours. I love the shades. I think they look fun. Okay, these 2 shades again, these what I would use to blow out my eye to soften up a look. But this one, these shimmers here, they all look gorgeous. This Super Shock, I cannot wait to play with it. Let me see if I can get it on my finger. See, it's more of a topper shade, so on my finger, that's what it looks like. And then on my skin, yeah, this is going to be more of a topper shade. It is this shade here. It's going to be more of a topper shade. But nonetheless, I look forward to playing with her. I think of all the ones that I've bought, this is probably so far the one I like the least. It just gave really, really grey. When I got it, I just thought, this is hella grey. Whereas the others, although cool, there's still some depth to the colours. That was the one I was like, this is hella grey. But we'll see, let's not prejudge, we will see. Next, I have a palette from Visia. Now this is the Mcgrath Highlighter. Yes, that sounds like right. Right? Yeah, that's right. She looks like this. Now I have the Minx palette and I love the Minx palette. The Minx palette is extremely travel friendly, but it's like a ultimate basics for warm tones. Like how many looks can you get with it? It's literally like 6 shades, but 6 shades, yeah, it's 6 shades and you're gonna get fantastic looks out of them. The pans are quite a lot bigger than this one, but I love that palette. So when I saw this one came out, I was like, hello, it's a bit of me. Should I take this off actually? It's a bit of me. It's just warm and chocolatey. Look at that. It's just very warm and extremely chocolatey, and I'm not mad, okay? Gorgeous. Okay, next I have the Sigma Warm Neutrals. I waited very patiently for this one to come out. It didn't seem to reach British shores for quite a while, and I think my international counterparts were happily playing away while I was scavenging the internet trying to get it. And I'm not buying it from the Sigma website, so I have to wait for it to come to UK resellers, and I think it came to Cloud 10, which is where I got it from. So there we go. Gorgeous palette. I love it. Listen, the minute I love tones like red, this pink, this brown. This is just me in a palette. It's probably one of those kind of boring palettes, to be honest with you, but sometimes boring is good. Warm neutrals. Next, I think this is the last palette I haven't tried. I have the Melt Blueprint. I'm a bit pissed that I threw away the box because the box is A1. But to be fair, this is quite nice as well. Look at this. Now, I've not bought any of the stacks, but I do have all the palettes except for the Millennial Pinks and the Muerte. If I could get my hands on Muerte, I'll be so happy. But there we go. And the inside, if they just bring Muerte back, oh my God. And that's the inside. Gorgeous shades. This blue, oh my God. So there's only 2 mattes in it, and it's this one and this one. But I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I can reach into other palettes if I desperately need more. But yeah, let me just show you this blue here. They're a little bit dry actually, feeling it now, but bloody hell, come on. No. Gorgeous. Let's see the brown. Well, come on. Behave. Look at this. Gordon Bennett. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't used this yet. I don't know what's wrong with me, to be honest with you. That blue is, and when I first got it, I swatched that blue and I was like, oh. That blue is gorgeous. I can't wait to play with that. Okay, so those are the last of the palettes that I haven't tried. As we've just been playing with the Visia, I'm going to start with the next Visia palette that I have tried. So what's on my eyes today is the new Visia Violette Attendu. There you go. And she looks like this in the pan. I played with her for the first time today, and I didn't use any neutral tones. I literally used, so on my eyes it's completely matte, and I literally use this on the crease, this all over the lid, and this on the kind of inner corner to create that kind of cut crease, but I didn't cut the crease. I didn't even use this deepening shade, and this is the look that it gave me. I mean, this palette's phenomenal, and I didn't get the Libertine palette, so I'm really glad that I got this. I love it. This is a fantastic palette. I'm really looking forward to playing with it a bit more. This is definitely going to come on holiday with me, because this is an astonishingly good palette, and it blends like a flipping dream. Okay, the next palette that I did try is Whatever. This one's a gorgeous palette. Again, this is just a bit of me. It's just my tones. This is very everyday, very easy. You've got this gorgeous deepening shade here. Look, beautiful. Like it just, and for me, I've never tried the ColourPop formula before, so what I'm trying is what I'm trying, and so far it's good. I think for the price it's fine. Like it's absolutely fine. I love the colour stories more than anything. Oh, the Super Shocks as well are very interesting. I feel like I want to buy some singles and try them as well, because the Super Shocks are extremely interesting in terms of formula. I don't think I've ever met, no, Beauty Bay has shimmers that are similar to that as well actually. But yeah, I'm very interested to try a few more. Right, next we have the New Romantics by Beauty Bay. Now this one I used a lot over Valentine's, and I've used it a lot since actually. It doesn't look too bad though. That's what she looks like. This is just a bit me. Look at the colours. It's just a bit gorgeous palette, absolutely stunning. And that's the outside packaging. And this is like £15 from Beauty Bay. Can't go wrong, you know. I've used this a few times and I'm still loving it, as I knew I would, in all fairness. Next, these aren't new palettes. These are the Dominique Cosmetics Latte and Latte 2 palettes. But what happened was I bought the Transition palette and I loved the formula. Now here's another thing as well. The advertising for the Transition palette, it looks warm, but it's not. When you get this in real life, it is cool toned. This is a cool tones palette, which is absolutely fine. I just didn't realize I was buying a cool tone palette, but it's fine, it's fine. And I have used it. I've used it when I wanted to do just a matte look to get out of the house. I've also used it on my cheeks and things like that. I've actually used it to contour as well, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But I love the formula so much that I then went out and thought, well, I really want to try the Latte palettes as well. So what I did was I bought them actually off eBay. I didn't pay full price for these. They were brand new, but I just didn't pay full price for them. I'm paying full quid for those. So this is the first one. For anyone who hasn't seen them, they smell delicious. This is the second one. This is Latte 2. And this is how she looks. Now, of the two, my preference, I think, is the first one. Yeah, and it's because it's just a bit warmer. That's all it is. It's just a bit warmer. The second one is lovely, but the browns are extremely deep, which I never thought I'd complain about, to be honest with you, but they're really deep. And I liked the first one because just a soupçon warmer, just a bit warmer, and that's why I liked it. Also in February, I had the Eternal Eden, and I got that one out. And I just want to say a massive thank you on that, because I'm brand new. I've only been doing this for like coming on 8 weeks now, and I got nearly 3,000 views on that, so I was really happy. So thank you. So back to Eternal Eden. This was the actual, this is the palette, and I'm not sure if you can see, but it's filthy. That's how much I've played with it. Really great palette. I've enjoyed it. What I have been doing though is I've been trying it with other palettes just to see what I can create. Yeah, my view of it, I liked it then, I still like it now. It's a great palette. I do feel like I've needed another palette just to give me a bit more depth and dimension, but the formulas in there are great. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that one. My opinion is still that it's a nice palette. Also I think that's the palette. No, we've got one more palette, which is the Natasha Denona Love palette. And there she is. She's a nice palette. Typical Natasha Denona. Great palette, great formula. Loved it. I've got nothing bad to say about this. I do want to play with it a bit more, and I'm hoping that as we move into another season, I don't forget about it, because it's pink. So I'm hoping I don't forget because of Valentine's, and I keep playing with it. But yeah, it's not crazy good, but it's not bad either. It's just okay. It's good. You know, typical formula. It's great. Now the new one coming out, the Circo Loco thing. All over that, but we don't get it in the UK to the 22nd. Anyway, next we have, what do we have? We don't have any more palettes. I think that's it for the palettes. Next we have the Mcgrath Highlighter that I got in February. I'm not gonna lie, I've only used it once. I've only used it in that video where I was doing a full face. I don't know, maybe because I've got other things, I just haven't thought to reach for it, to be honest with you. It didn't make such a lasting impression that I continually reach for it. I will play with it a bit more. There's nothing wrong with it. The formula's great. I just haven't reached for it for whatever reason. Just more shiny things to play with it. Right, now we're gonna do foundations. Now in February, I played with Huda's new Luminous Matte Foundation. I played with Shiseido's Radiance or Synchro Skin Radiant Lifting, and I also bought Huda's Full Filter Skin Finish Foundation. Now this isn't new, it's new, but it's not new, it didn't come out in February. I tried this because I tried the other two Huda ones and I wanted to give this one a go. I flipping love it. And I'm annoyed at myself that I just said a blanket, don't want it because I don't like stick foundations. I flipping love this. This is beautiful. This is stunning. I would use this every day if I could. This is beauty. This is gorgeous on the skin. It looks flawless. It's lightweight. It's long lasting. This is beautiful, and I'm gonna cane it. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna rinse it. This is beautiful. Likewise with the Shiseido. This is this is beautiful. I'll be honest with you, I don't see a massive difference between this one and the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing one. There's not a massive difference between them. They're both flawless on the skin. Maybe this is a bit more radiant if I'm forcing it, but actually they're both just really nice. They're both gloriously beautiful. Getting this back though has reminded me how gorgeous the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing one is. It's like I slept on it, I forgot. I knew it was gorgeous, then I stopped using it like an idiot. Well, not anymore. Now I'm using them both, and I mix them both. Mix these both. Mix them both if you've got them both. If you don't, it's fine. But if you have them both, mix it. Thank me later. Write me a thank you letter. I deserve it. Right, and lastly we have the Huda Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. Now I poo-pooed this. I said I hated it. I said it was green. I said it was too thick. I hated how it felt on my skin. I poo-pooed this, but since then I've tried it a few times again. But what I've done is I've used far less. I've actually added the Nars Glow Booster to it, and actually I really like it. No, I really like it. I really, really like it. This is gonna be, and the thing is, using less, it's still pretty full coverage, but it's more comfortable on the skin. Maybe because I used too much. I mean, I didn't feel like I was using too much, but maybe because I used more than I was comfortable with. A, I felt like I could scratch it off, and B, that also meant that it kind of went green on me, which it didn't do when I tried it again. So, yes. Okay, the last few things I have. So we have the ordinary concealers. Love, go and get them. They're like £4. Go and get them. I love them. They're fantastic. They're good. They're actually really, really good and really, really cheap. And then lastly, we have Pat's Liquilust liquid lipsticks. Now I liked these before I even got them because I had the old formula. So I knew I was gonna like them. They're just more colors. I only had like the purple and the pink and a red one. Now I have these two. I've ordered some more in the new launch. I love them. Buy them. If you like a soft, comfortable liquid matte, which is what I have on now, get them. They're gorgeous. Anything else I've forgotten? No, I think that's it. The Wild Child palette, I also got that. I don't know where it is though. Yeah, okay, so I also got the Wild Child palette. Again, I knew there was one missing. This is fantastic. I love this palette. I actually tried it on my channel. It's so easy to use. It's just good. It's just easy, breezy, easy. Easy to use. There we go. Deep chocolate browns, running the gamut. There is no Super Shock. No, there isn't. Is there? I don't know what that is. Fierce might be. I'm not sure. I've only dealt with this formula like in the last month or so, so I'm not sure what is and what isn't. To be honest with you, this hence the reason I kind of want to try the singles just so I know. But yeah, this is a gorgeous palette. I think for across skin tones, I know it's supposed to be like aimed at the brown girls, but actually across the skin tone gamut, this is a beautiful palette and I would definitely recommend it. Okay, so that's my roundup for February. I think the only thing I completely changed my mind on was the Huda. Yeah, apart from that, and I have no problem saying I got that one wrong. I now love that foundation. But yeah, that's my video. If you like my video, please like, please subscribe, please share if you care, and I will see you in the next one.